Hello guys, I am Walking the Cow and today we're going to take a look at 3 must-play Amiga exclusives. Not one of these games were ever made available for anything else other than the Commodore Amiga. Hopefully this will be a little trip down memory lane for all of you who grew up with playing the Amiga as I did, and I promise you that these 3 games are worth trying out if you have yet to play them, especially the last one on the list, which I consider a classic hidden gem. First up, we've got one of 2 shmups to appear on this list, and sadly one that I never even knew about back in the day, but I have to include it on this list. Not once did I come across this game or hear anybody mention it when I was younger. It is, of course, Amiga. Released in 1992, developed by Keiko, you play as Kura, whose wife Yuri has been poisoned. You transform into a killer bee and set out to find a cure. It's a really addictive game and a pretty difficult one, and a nice change from the usual space-based shmup. The art design in the game is excellent, and so is the music, which slowly evolves from stage to stage. No surprise that the soundtrack's so good though. It was composed by Chris Welsbeck, who also scored the music for the Turrican games. I'd have loved to own this back in the day. It's probably best that I point out though, although the title screen makes out that Amiga is a sequel, this was just a joke on the developer's part, and I can only imagine how many people went crazy trying to find the first game. If you haven't played this game yet and you're a big fan of shoot 'em ups, definitely give it a go and you will not be disappointed. Next up on this list, another shoot 'em up and another game with an out of this world, absolutely amazing soundtrack. It's a game called Agony. Agony was released in Europe in 1992 and it was developed by Art and Magic and published by Psygnosis. In Agony you control Alestes, once a human, who was transformed into an owl by his mentor in order to seek out something called the cosmic power. Yeah, the story isn't really there and it feels more like something just thrown in at the end. Again though, as with Amiga which we just looked at, this game really stands out. The owl character he plays is clearly inspired by the Psygnosis mascot which appears in their logo. If I'm honest, I had mixed feelings about this game when I was younger. I liked the game, don't get me wrong, and I liked playing it, but it has a really unnerving atmosphere to it and it freaked me out a little bit as a kid. The art design of the game is really dark and you'll find all kinds of bizarre mutated versions of insects and animals coming at you from all directions, all trying to kill you. The cover art was created by none other than artist Roger Dean, who as well as creating the cover art for all 3 Shadow of the Beast games, was also well known for his cover artwork for bands such as Yes and Uriah Heep. I can't talk about this game without mentioning the music, which along with the art of the game still gives me a really uneasy feeling. If you haven't played Agony before, do yourself a favour and go check it out, but not until we've taken a look at the last game on this list. This is one of my all-time favourite Amiga games, and I still can't believe that this was only ever an Amiga exclusive. If there was one game that I would recommend which was exclusive to the Commodore Amiga more than any other, it would be this little gem. Lionheart was developed by German computer game company Phalion and published in 1993, only a year before the company would close down forever. Taking place in the land of the cat people, you control a muscular feline character named Valdin, who is set out on a journey to reclaim a sacred idol named the Lionheart. Making his way to the land of Nork on a flying dragon, Valdin is attacked by an airship and forced to travel on foot, first through infested swamps and forests, then caves which are home to giant spiders, before finally reaching Norka's domain. The backgrounds, the enemies are all beautifully drawn and the music is some of the best on the Amiga, especially that intro theme. The game's difficulty, like most Amiga games, can be a problem at first, but if you want to stand a good chance of seeing this game all the way through, you're gonna have to use cheats. If you've never played Lionheart before now, then I'd highly recommend it. It's a great game, and I hope you get as much enjoyment out of it as many of us did back in the day. My name's Walking the Cow, and today we've been looking at the top 3 Commodore Amiga exclusive games that I recommend. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you soon.